Well, hello. We are back. It is Monday night. The vibes are immaculate, and the mics are unmuted. How y'all doing?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, y'all let me know if I am not audible in the chat, because I'm just talking right now. It is the mic check. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 201.
201. Yeah.
Episode 201 of Monday Night Raw of the Splashcast.
Hey, brother, do you
Been a
know what day of
long-
the week it is?
Man, been a long weekend, long day, big dog. Long weekend, long day. Got a few things we're gonna talk about today. Do we have a mic check or no?
This is pseudo mic check. We're going to go right here in the HBCU here in a little bit. But before, we're going to start out with a little bit of basketball. Of course, y'all know it's kind of like almost basketball season, but not really. You got training camp, etc. Of course, you have Pablo Torre continuing to ruin basketball. Sports organizations.
Wild. Like, this is bothering me. This shadow of my microphone is wild.
That is
it's wild.
Surely something. Hey, yo, stop, pause, yo. Okay, so back. Pablo Torre. Y'all been watching the internet just like me. He has tried to ruin the NFL. They don't like him. He is in the process of embarrassing Steve Ballmer, the Clippers, what's left of aspiration, and now on to Kawhi Leonard. It was very interesting today as Kawhi had more information. He has all the text messages. He has every
Kawhi or Pablo?
Pablo.
He said Kawhi.
And well, it's all encompassing. So Pablo has the receipts, and the receipts from the Aspiration or Aspire. I don't know the name of the company. It don't even exist no more. But he's basically showing every day that this was a farce. These people have given him all the information that it was clearly a scam. Steve Ballmer is doing a great job of acting like he had no clue what's going on. And then today, the quiet one, Kawhi, says that he invites any invitation of any type of investigation because he did nothing wrong. I think that he knows
wrong.
I think that he knows he has the plausible deniability of good old Uncle Dennis. And I want to tell y'all, as much as y'all don't like Skip Bayless, he was the first person and really the only person to really ever talk about Uncle Dennis. And it finds out that this man is the mastermind, possibly, allegedly, because we haven't confirmed any of this. But it is surely interesting. And Uncle Dennis is at the root of it. What do you think about this?
Man, first off, bro, you know it's like the Shohei Ohtani stuff, bro. Shohei don't never talk. Then they brought up that gambling. They said, hey, we kind of got some stuff linking you to it. He came out, had a whole press conference, didn't even know what his voice sounded like. He's like, hey. It was him.
Last time you heard it, too.
Kawhi don't never talk, especially after the laugh gate. He never talks anymore after that. Comes out of the blue and says, well, it wasn't out of the blue, it was media day. But never really talks and goes head first and addresses it and says, I believe he responded to a question, but saying we welcome the investigation. To say we welcome the investigation means that we didn't do anything wrong. We were doing what we were told. Or Uncle Dennis did this without me knowing, i.e. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter gambling his money away without him knowing. Like
they love some plausible deniability.
But that's what you got to do when you got that much money and you're doing stuff like that.
I mean, this is honestly how it's supposed to go. You're supposed to have intermediary, protect the money. But somebody,
are you mad about what he was asking for though? He was like, "Man, I want equity in the." He was trying to start the equity conversation, is what he was trying, from what I've read. But he just tried to.
Am I mad?
He tried to strong arm the equity, and it was like,
no. Or is there a chance?
I think he said 30% at one point.
You're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Well, you're never getting 30% of any team.
You're not getting any percent. Steve Ballmer had to use his own money. You think you're gonna do this and have not won a championship with him yet? Is it dope? If Steph, just put it this way: if Steph Curry and LeBron ain't got it, best thing for you to do, not eat ass.
Just be quiet, dog. Just go ahead and be quiet. Just go ahead and play. We already paying you, and you playing on 1.5 legs, dog. So at this point, Go ahead, dog. Just go ahead. How else do I feel about it? I mean, it's surely something. And what else is surely something is that what's the old boy in Utah that got drafted? Ace Bailey
Yeah.
dropped Sharif Cooper's dad as his agent, only to hire Kawhi Leonard's uncle.
Are we sure about this? I gotta see this somewhere
At least
confirmed by a vi.
it was on the socials.
That's the Centel. You got Centel.
Centel.
Yeah.
Then I got Centel.
Yeah, you got Centel. He fired Omar Cooper. I ain't seen nowhere. I think that if he was to hire Dennis, he will have nobody in his family who loves him. Because you can't go from that to a guy who is currently under investigation. That's the worst decision you can make.
Yeah, you're right, Centel.
You joining the RICO voluntarily. So no, I don't think that part is real.
Yeah, I don't think that's why I got Centel. My bad, y'all. But this whole situation anyway. I mean, bro, you can't lie. How you do a whole press run before knowing what evidence is had? Now you look even more guilty by doing the press run.
I do think that
Steve Ballmer,
I think that everybody did what they had to do. Steve Ballmer's too loud to be quiet.
Too loud to what?
Kawhi to be quiet. He talks too much. And not like he talks too much in a negative or a positive way, but he's visible and you can hear him. And he's an owner that can be seen. So if you didn't speak up for yourself and didn't say anything, then you look guilty as a guy who's
now you look weird.
So you got that part. And you know, the things that he did say made him seem like, hey, I'm out in front of this. And I want to give you guys I move with integrity and give you guys an opportunity to investigate. Do I think that he is being honest with what he's doing? No.
Absolutely.
Anybody with this much evidence, whether you're guilty or not, it surely looks like you're guilty. I'm not the judge. I'm not the jury. I'm an innocent. I'm an innocent bystander, but they said the same thing with Diddy, and then they got him for barely nothing. So I've learned to let these legal things play out however they play out. And I believe that there's right, wrong, and I believe somewhere in the middle there's also the law. And it should be interesting. But if I was Pablo Torre, as I've told y'all once, and I've told you twice, I told you 3 times, you should be investing into some security. Because they're gonna come looking for you. You can't keep playing with people who are this rich and not expecting them to want to do something to you.
Yeah. Media day for the Hawks. Got to see the new lockdown duo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Dyson Daniels. I'm excited for that. And then, of course, the bombshell comes out about Giannis. More speculation that he is probably on the trading block for Milwaukee if they don't do something to improve that team. And, of course, the number one team that he seems to be linked to is the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, the reason we're linked to him specifically is because shout out to Joe Dumars doing what he does best, making an elite pass. But he traded us that first round draft pick, which is the best of between the Bucks, whose paws stretched and waved Dame, and the Pelicans, who everybody's leg has fallen off. So there are 2 chances that and they're in the West. There are 2 chances that we could have a really high draft pick. Of course, best case scenario, especially if you're going to get rid of Giannis, is at least get your draft pick back, which should be pretty high at what is believed to be a strong top-heavy draft. I did see the trade scenarios that came out. I'm going to tell y'all right now, we ain't trading Okongwu and Jaylen Johnson for Giannis. All respect
Not
to
both
Giannis.
of them. Huh.
But
got Giannis at home.
y'all must be smoking the worst dope. I'm talking about stepped on, flipped, all of it. We ain't doing that. Like I told Reggie, I might be interested in the Kristaps Porzingis and a Kongwu in the first round pick for Giannis. Maybe. But
I like that scenario. That makes us from bottom of the league defense to the best defense in the league. But we ain't got no shooting.
well, we will only lose one shooter, and you would still have our own draft pick. And shout out to us not tanking and being terrible. The draft picks that we traded for DeJounte Murray, they're not going to the Spurs, not in a good way. They're going to keep their own pick because we're going to be equal to or greater than them. So those pick swaps not kicking our butt. We still got a draft pick. And if you let Kristaps go, he's like $30 million a year. If he doesn't go, then we're probably going to ask him to come back at about 15, 20. Maybe 25.
But in this scenario, you would say he's gone. So Kristaps,
he could go in a Kongu, and I think for the Bucks, he's on your team, so you have the opportunity to kind of negotiate before you can negotiate, and y'all might be able to work out a deal to extend him at about $20 million. And you got a Kongu, so at least you have a decent front court with two guys who are both solid rim protectors and can play together. And we would just have Giannis PR.
So to get back to the shooting. If you lose Porzingis, which is the reason you brought him in, was to have a big man that can stretch the floor, you don't, unless you plan on playing. I mean, I guess you would play Asa Newell and Mo Gay at the 5
and 4. You're interchangeable 5 and 4. They both kind of have similar games. They both shot coming around. But you would also you would probably just have to draft another shooter. You probably would still re-sign Luke Kennard. You still got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I mean, I assume that you would keep Trey. Regis Shea can shoot. You got your 4 shooters. Yeah, you would be looking for another one. You would see if you could get a guy kind of cheap in free agency. But, I mean, we're not married to Kristaps after this season anyway. We're going to see how it plays out first. I think it's 50-50 whether he goes.
I actually like that scenario. I can't see the Bucks accepting that. But I like that scenario, but I can't see the Bucks accepting that. There's not for Giannis. Not when I know I can get somebody better than Kristaps and Okongwu.
What can you get better? And your draft pick.
The draft pick makes it interesting. Did we do local recording?
Yes.
Maybe. Sorry. The draft pick does make it interesting, but think of all the teams that feel like they're a Giannis away.
Yeah, those guys are going to. First of all, if I'm trading, I can't give him to the Spurs.
Give him to Phoenix.
What does Phoenix have to give me?
Everything but Devin Booker.
They don't have no picks.
Oh, I was talking about the players. But yeah, you're right. They don't have any picks. Everything but Devin Booker. I don't.
Nothing over there.
Jaylen
Green and
Green.
You're gonna get Jaylen Green and probably Mark Williams or Coleman Malou. But Okongwu is a much more proven asset. You're gonna have to re-sign Jaylen Green, and you don't get a pick in a good draft.
I mean, or Thunder. I mean,
the Thunder can't afford to pay him. You would have to basically give up Chet. I don't think it's wise to give up Chet.
Well, he's a shooter though. That's the thing. You can't get like Giannis has to replace a non-shooter, or you have to go get a shooter.
Right.
Which the Thunder can't do it.
It's not really that many teams that can both give you something good, give you a pick, and afford to take him. It ain't that many. It's just we got
New Orleans.
Kristaps on the expire.
Toronto
don't. What are they gonna give you? And they got enough non-shooters.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, you're wrong.
And their pick's not gonna be as good as they're going to be better than you assume the Bucks or Pelicans.
So in a roundabout way, you are using the Oklahoma City Thunder's strategy against the rest of the league. Like you got everybody else's picks, but you paid your players, so nobody else has any picks, but we have yours.
Right.
So now you're really turning the Thunder against everybody. Carter, Isaac, and a 1. Sneaky says, I see Sneaky. Sneaky says Carter, Isaac, and a 1 for Giannis.
It's going to be a lower 1.
Y'all's first. Y'all are third in the East, my friend.
Yo, it's going to be a lower 1. Isaac Okongwu and Kristaps are both better than those two players. So worse deal on every asset.
Yeah,
but I see what you're trying to do.
Carter?
Yeah,
Kristaps.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that combination of two players is better than the Magic.
And let me tell you, Pablo don't like Wendell.
Pablo don't like who?
Wendell
Carter. Oh, Wendell Carter.
Carter is not better.
He's a better shooter. They both rebound the same. I think Okongwu's better defensively.
He is a better perimeter defender. He's a better defender everywhere.
He's a better defender, but Wendell Carter is the better offensive player. And they're both equal around rebounding.
No, don't forget, Okongwu has the highest. I don't know it score shooting percentage.
Stat me down.
I think I'm gonna tell you, if it's me, I'm taking Okongwu before I'm taking Wendell Carter and Isaac, and definitely once you talk about Kristaps and the first that we can give him, not even close. And that's the battle of the unhealthies. At least give me the guy who's a champion. I want Kristaps first every time.
Yeah, you would take Kristaps before you take Jonathan Isaac, just because
I don't think that there is a team either. Yeah, I don't think that there is a team. I'm not gonna say anybody because anybody could do something stupid, but there are not many teams that can give you something that is good enough. And you still got to go somewhere where he's gonna be remotely happy.
Trey and Giannis is crazy. But Giannis likes the ball too, though.
Trey, you can go home. and I hate to say it that way, but he talked about it today. He said he's not disappointed they haven't gotten the contract done. He's just excited about the team they put around him right now. I don't think I believe that, but that was the right thing to say. Ansi Saleh also talked about Ansi Saleh also talked about how he likes the optionality, which he said a million times, of this roster. He thinks that Luke Kennard can be more of a facilitator, ball handler. We basically gave away Kobe Buffkin for nothing, and from the sounds of it, Ansi Saleh believes that Luke Kennard can be, as much as he is one of the best shooters to ever play the game of basketball, which by definition is true. Don't get mad with me. That's just what the numbers say. Is that he believes that he can do some facilitation too between him and Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
I don't know if I believe that, but I mean, it does get you. So you're trying to use him more as like a Reed Shepherd type guy.
Well, his example was when I had because he won a championship with Golden State, is we didn't have a backup point guard, and of course, but you also had the greatest shooter of all time, one of the greatest scorer of all times, the other one of the greatest shooters of all time, and another Hall of Famer in Draymond Green. So it's not the exact same, but I do understand the premise that he's speaking
about. Yeah, I do like the roster. I don't know if I like Luke Kennard there, but I don't know if he didn't have a backup point guard in Golden State. Was he there during the Sean Livingston years, the first run?
He's later, because remember that was your boy Travis Schlink that was there the first time. We love a Golden State assistant GM like nobody's business.
And then the second run, KD, and then the second championship, second and third at KD. So they never were really without a star on the court. It was one of the four, or one of the three plus Draymond, or two. But
I mean, if you look at Draymond, I think their expectation is
Jaylen Johnson.
Yeah, Jaylen Johnson is.
Which I said that finally something in basketball I was right about. I said that a long time ago. I said we should use Jaylen Johnson as like a Draymond type, except for he's way more athletic, but he can pass and he got a similar shot. Draymond's shot,
Jaylen's shot is passable, but
what Draymond's shot is inexplicably it got worse over his career, which I didn't expect. Normally that doesn't happen. You get better, but Jaylen's shot has been getting better. What were you about to say about a shot?
Is that like the place where Draymond shines is he's a basketball savant. Like as good as Jaylen is, he doesn't have the Draymond IQ, and definitely not yet. I don't know if he'll ever get that because I think that's a pretty high basketball IQ personally. That's but like I think
Magic, Jordan,
exactly. So I don't think that's fair to even ask for somebody. Yes, absolutely. And I don't think that. I don't know if Jaylen can get there. I don't think that most basketball players can get there, though. But what Jaylen lacks in that level of IQ, I still think he's a really smart basketball player. I think that he's confident in his passing and facilitation, and he's infinitely more athletic, and he's taller.
Yes. Can finish at the rim. Shout out
but
to
that
you,
Trey got to get off the ball then. You got to be – you want to be Steph. You got to be Steph.
Which I think – that I mean, if he turns into off the ball Steph, and that means he has to work on his catch and shoot. Like his catch, Trey is good at step back, he's good at set, but like coming off screens, we try to, but he's a ball. We don't
even know if he can do it or not because we don't see it enough. But
right, but if he can turn into that, I mean, that gets him the big contract. I mean, because at that point, because Steph gonna retire, and if he turns into catch and shoot, then
I don't think that that's in his card. I don't think that, especially in Atlanta, that's in his cards. One of the things that Ansi said today was, essentially he don't want to be a slave to the second apron. He says, I don't want to be one of those teams that gets pinched when it comes to the second apron. I want to be one of those teams that can take an advantage when teams have to get rid of players, i.e. Kristaps Porzingis, i.e. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. What you can get here, Trey, is you could possibly be the greatest Atlanta Hawk here. We will build a team of monsters around you,
and then give you a statue after you get the championship. You would own half the bluff.
The whole this is the thing. If you take a reasonable contract, and all you got to do is, let's be real here, win one championship. The only person that you really competing with right now is Dominique. You go somewhere else, you're going to forever be chasing. This is the one place where you could stamp yourself and be like, I am it.
And you would still be, at the worst, it would be like you in front of the team, Trey and the team. At best, it'll still be your city. Like this going to forever be Trey Young city if you stay. If you go somewhere else, you're going to end up being.
But if you demand that money, they're going to say no, bro.
They're going to send you to Phoenix. That's purgatory.
No, they're not. Chicago, Toronto. You're not going to go anywhere where, because any team that's going to take you, you're probably going to have to be 2, which means you'll never own that team. And but do what you want to. You know how I feel about it. But if he takes a pay cut, they could do a lot with this team. And if he plays off the ball, they could possibly win a championship in the next few years if things go their way. But overall, it's exciting. Hawks look in.